So I'm going to be doing a unboxing of the new set Hour of Devastation. This is the first box I've ever opened, and I've never done a card unboxing before. So I'm hoping I can make this as interesting and painless as possible. I'll also try to clearly enunciate and make it easy for everyone to see the cards. I don't know really what's in this set other than there's Invocations, which are like the expedition lands and the inventions of the previous sets. I saw some Amonkhet Invocations, but I have not seen any of these. I really only opened about 10 to 20 packs of Amonkhet, so I'm really excited to get back into this and start opening these packs. So I'll get right into it. I'll do my best to edit out all of the unboxing of the individual packs, as that's probably not terribly interesting. Alright. So at first I'm probably going to take a lot of time looking at these because I don't know what's in the set. I'll try not to spend too much time on the commons, as I'm sure a lot of people who would be interested in watching this might already know a lot about the commons. They're more interested in the pulls at the end, which, trust me, as soon as I get more familiar with the commons, I'll be blowing right by almost all of them. Unless I see one that I really, really want. Okay, so the uncommons, we've got Magmaroth, interesting. Steward of Solidarity. Vizier of the True. And, ooh, okay. So we got Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. Flying Trample 8/8 for 8. Pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card, and put that card into your hand. So he's got a pay 2 tutor baked into an 8/8 Flying Trample. That is a great way to start an unboxing. Fantastic. It's either a good omen or it means all downhill from here. Mummy Paramount. Devastator. I'll try not to mumble too much. Now I'm all hyped up and I want to skip right to the end of these packs already. Alright, Hope Tender. Untap target land. Or you can exert Hope Tender, untap 2 target lands. That's really good. Inferno Jet. 6 damage to opponent with cycling. I don't know how valuable that is. Desert's Hold. Enters the battlefield, you control a desert, or there is a desert card in your graveyard, you gain 3 life. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Alright, and we have Angel of Condemnation. Flying Vigilance. Exile another target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, and you can exile target creature until it leaves the battlefield. Okay. Alright. Ooh, and we got a rare foil. Awesome. Hour of Glory. Exile target creature. If that creature was a god, its controller reveals his or her hand and exiles all cards from it with the same name as that creature. Interesting. Interesting. Habit of Enduring Hope. It's a lot of... Obviously, these are still somewhat Egyptian themed from Amonkhet carrying over. I really like the art style. Ooh, what's this? A desert island. I didn't know you could have that. I figured all the desert would be plains or wastes. Huh. Manolith. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Alright, Jace's Defeat. Counter target blue spell. If it was a Jace Planewalker spell, scry 2. Very specific. Very, very hateful. River Hoopo. Alright, gain 2 life and draw a card. Vile Manifestation. Vile Manifestation gets +1/+0 for each card with cycling in your graveyard. Cycling is a very prominent mechanic in this set. Oh, and the title card, Hour of Devastation. All creatures lose indestructible until the end of turn. Hour of Devastation deals 5 damage to each creature and non-bolus planeswalker. Alright. Very cool. Alright. Dauntless Aven. Blur of Blades. Reedstalker. Harrier Naga. Wretched Camel. Rona Stalwart. These are all cards I haven't seen yet. It's really interesting. Desert of the Indomitable. So it's another desert. So I'm assuming there's a desert of every color. Grab an Abomination. Striped Riverwinder. Ruin Rat. Rats. Alright. More Death Touch Rats. Great. Alright. Unconventional Tactics. Target creature gets +3/+3 and then flying until the end of turn. Whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 planes. If you do, return Unconventional Tactics from your graveyard to your hand. Cool. Devotee of Strength. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. That's pretty cool. Alright. Ramanep Ruins. It's a desert with... Oh, burn baked in. Interesting. And then Solemnity. Alright, what's Solemnity? Players can't get counters. Interesting. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or land. Huh. So I have a Wither deck that revolves around counters. I need to make sure nobody I know gets a hold of that card. That is interesting. So I remember there being some artifacts and lands from a Monquette that revolved mostly around getting counters on them to boost the effect that they had. Firebrand Archer, Solitary Camel, Disposal Mummy, Kenra Eternal. What is Afflict? Whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player... That's cool. Loses 1 life. Alright. I need to start paying attention. Carrion Screecher, Gilded Ceradon, another Desert of the Indomitable. Life goes on. If a creature died this turn, you gain 8 life instead. That's really good. I like that a lot. Another Ruin Rat. Alright. Accursed Horde. Target attacking zombie gains indestructible until the end of turn. Alright. Banewhip Punisher. When Banewhip Punisher enters the battlefield, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Sacrifice, destroy creature that has a -1/-1 counter on it. Cool. Sand Strangler. Yeah. When Sand Strangler enters the battlefield, if you control a desert or there is a desert card in your graveyard, you may have Sand Strangler deal 3 damage to target creature. Cool. And, okay. It's this Reason and Believe. So, scry 3 for 1. Seems pretty good. And then 5-drop Aftermath. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it onto the battlefield if it's a creature card. If you don't, put it into your hand. So that's pretty good. I really like the scry 3 for 1. Seems pretty decent. And a full art planes. I didn't know they were still doing full art. Cool. I will separate that. I was under the assumption that they stopped with the full art lands again after Battle for Zendikar. And that was a pretty cool planes. Alright, Dutiful Servants. Kenra Scrapper. So the Kenra are a recurring archetype here. Hippo, Carrion Screecher, Frilled Sandwalla, Traveler's Amulet. So it's a technically 2-drop fetch land, which is cool. Okay, Hope Tender. Okay, Impu Rivulet. Target player puts the top 4. So it's a mill land. Cool. Dunes of the Dead. When Dunes of the Dead is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Huh. Interesting. And then Rona's Last Stand. Create a 5/4 green snake creature token. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step. What the hell? Oh, it's a 2-drop. Jesus. Interesting. And we have a foil Frilled Sandwalla. Cool. Alright. Alright. Frontline Devastator. Tragic Lesson. Abbot of Enduring Hope. Torment of Venom. Sidewinder Naga. Geru's Renunciation. Yeah. Alright. Thorned Moloch. Unsummon. That's pretty cool. Gift of Strength. Manolith. Another River Hoopoe. Consign an Oblivion. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Cool. Tenacious Hunter, as long as a creature has a -1/-1 count on it. Tenacious Hunter has Vigilance and Death Touch. Interesting. And and the Locust God. Heck yeah. Alright. Whenever you draw a card, create a 1/1 blue and red insect creature token with flying and haste. Pay 2 colorless, 1 island, 1 mountain. Draw a card, discard a card. Interesting. When the Locust God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. That is really cool. Spellweaver Eternal, Dauntless Aven, Firebrand Archer, Grizzly Survivor, Ambuscade, Graven Abomination, Steadfast Sentinel, Desert of the True, Life Goes On, okay, Accursed Horde, Magmaroth, Claim Fame, turn target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And target creature gets +2/+0 and haste until the end of turn. And we got Hour of Glory as the rare. Alright. Ooh, and we got another foil, Vile Manifestation. And another full art land. I really like these. Alright. Dutiful Servants, Puncturing Blow, Proven Combatant, Oasis Ritualist, Kenra Eternal, Hero's Renunciation, Cunning Servitor, Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, I haven't seen that. Survivor's Encampment, tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color, that's pretty cool. Hash Up Oasis, sacrifice a desert, target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Cool. Saving Grace. Enchant creature you control. When Saving Grace enters the battlefield, all damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to enchanted creature instead, and the enchanted creature gets +0/+3. I like that a lot. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, target creature and opponent control gets -2/-0 until the end of turn. That would go good with Locust God, where if you're using his draw and discard constantly. Alright, Apocalypse Demon. Alright, I love demons. Apocalypse Demon's power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap Apocalypse Demon unless you sacrifice another creature. So an obvious drawback, but high potential there. I like that. Finding very few cards in this set that seem underwhelming, at least so far. Maybe it's because I'm focusing on all the interesting cards. Right. The Dauntless Aven, Blur of Blades, Unquenchable Thirst, Oasis Ritualist, Kenra Eternal, Desert of the Glorified, Scrounger of Souls, Defiant Kenra, Hero's Renunciation, Cunning Survivor. Okay. Gideon's Defeat. Exile target white creature that's attacking or blocking. If it was a Gideon Planeswalker, you gain 5 life. So we had the Jace one that was like a Jace hate card. Oh, yeah, and here's Jace's Defeat. So it's, interesting. Eternal of Harsh Truths. Afflict 2 whenever Eternal of Harsh Truths attacks and isn't block, draw a card. And Hazard's Undying Fury. Shuffle your library, then exile the top 4 cards. You may cast any number of non-land cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them without paying their mana cost. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step. So again, it's got an untap drawback, but let's say if you've scryed or you know your deck consists mostly of 5 or less, you can front load some serious damage there with the drawback of next turn. Similar to the Overload effect from Hearthstone, if you're familiar with that. Interesting. Okay. And another full art land. So yes, they share the Nicol Bolas Horns thing in the back, which I really, really, really like. Unquenchable Thirst, Elmi Paramount, Kindled Fury, Lethal Sting, Beneath the Sands, Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, Desert of the Glorified. So there's our swamp desert. Scrounger of Souls, Defiant Kenra, Hero's Renunciation. Okay, Resolute Survivors. You may exert Resolute Survivors as it attacks. Whenever you exert a creature, Resolute Survivors deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Okay. Nissa's Defeat. So here's the Nissa hate card. Destroy target forest, green enchantment, or green planeswalker. If it was a Nissa Planeswalker, draw a card. Braid. Choose one. A Braid deals 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. And on the end, we have Nimble Obstructionist. Flash Flying, cycling for 3 mana. When you cycle Nimble Obstructionist, counter target activated or triggered ability you don't control. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Dutiful Servant, Counter Scrapper, Proven Combatant, Mummy Paramount, Moaning Wall, Bitterbow Sharpshooters, Desert Fervent, Feral Prowler, God Pharaoh's Faithful, Stripped River Winder. Oh, Chandra's Defeat. Here's the Chandra hate card. You deal 5 damage to target red creature or red planeswalker. If that permanent is Chandra Planeswalker, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Okay. Oops. Inferno Jet, which we saw earlier. Desert's Hold, which is another repeat. And then Pride Sovereign. It gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control. Exert Pride Sovereign, create 2 1/1 cat creature tokens. Alright. Avid Reedstalker, Act of Heroism. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Puncturing Blow, Spellweaver Eternal. It looks like a few that I haven't seen yet. Word of Stalwart, Lethal Sting. Unless I'm confused. Steadfast Sentinel, Desert of the True. Okay, I don't think we had the Plains Desert yet. Life Goes On. Crypt of the Eternals. When it enters the battlefield, you gain a life. You can pay 1 and add Swamp, Island, or Mountain. Or you can just tap to add a colorless. Or a wasteland, rather. I don't know what they're called now after they released wastes. Search your library for a card, then put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it's a 5-drop tutor with cycling attached to it. Okay. File Manifestation and Swarm Intelligence. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Huh, and that's just an enchantment. Wow, okay. Okay, Aerial Guide. The cards are getting all over the place here off on the side. Act of Heroism, Counter Scrapper, Spellweaver Eternal, Sidewinder Naga, Marauding Bone Slasher, Desert of the Fervent, God Pharaoh's Faithful, Gilded Ceradon, Feral Prowler. Okay. Imaginary Threats. Creatures target opponent controls attack this turn if able. During that player's next untap step, creature he or she... Oh, they don't untap. Okay, with cycling. That's pretty cool. I like that. If near Dreadlands. Sacrifice the desert, put 2 -1 counters on target creature and opponent controls. Cool. Liliana's Defeat. I think that's all of them. I think that should be all the hate cards. Destroy target black creature or black planeswalker. If that permanent was Liliana Planeswalker, her controller loses 3 life. Alright. And Ramanap Excavator. You may play land cards from your graveyard. Fantastic. That is really cool. Especially in green decks that emphasize turning creatures into lands, which a lot of Nissas do. You can swing them freely if you know that you'll be able to replay them. Extra strong in a landfall deck. It gives you another means of removing and re-entering lands to the battlefield. I like that. I actually have a red-green landfall deck that this card would do fantastic in. Awesome. And the Full Art Swamp. It's a little bit harder to see, but the Bolas horns are in the back. Now all I'm missing is the island. Frontline Devastator, Lurching Rot Beast, Frilled Sandwalla, Grilled. Yeah. Ruin Rat, Desert of the True, Striped Riverwinder, Manticore Eternal, this is a new one, Afflict 3. Manticore Eternal attacks each combat if able. Well, doesn't seem like that bad of a drawback. Angel of the God Pharaoh, flying 4/4 for 6 with cycling. Okay. Overcome. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and trample. And Scavenger Grounds. Sacrifice a desert. Exile all cards from all graveyards. Great. Great. Alright, it looks like we're about halfway through. Alright, Countervailing Winds, Sandblast. I haven't seen either of those 2 cards. Alright, that's another one I haven't seen. I might have seen Ambuscade. Carrion Screecher. Strategic planning is one I haven't seen. Huh. Maybe the bottom half is seated differently. One can only hope. I like seeing new cards. Scriber Souls, Defiant Kenra, Doomfall. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. Riddle Form. When you cast a non-creature spell, you may have Riddle Form become a 3/3 Sphinx creature with flying in addition to its other types until the end of turn. You can pay 3 and scry 1. Alright, Obelisk Spider. Reach. 3-drop 1/4. Whenever Obelisk Spider deals combat damage to a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. Whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I like that. That is interesting. And then Bantu's Last Reckoning. Destroy all creatures. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step. So it's another, you give up your untap step for a low cost, bomb drop basically. But it seems that the whole set is based around Nicol Bolas just killing everyone. Which is good because I'm tired of seeing Nissa and Gideon in every damn set. Blur of Blades. Thirst. I wonder if they'll be cycling to some other prominent planeswalkers. It seems that they've been hovering around the 5 mentioned in the hate cards for quite some time. Okay. Sifter Worm. When Sifter Worm enters the battlefield, scry 3. Then reveal the top card of your library. You gain life equal to that card's converted mana cost. Okay. Devotee of Strength. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Ravenep Ruins. Hour of Revelation. Costs 3 less to cast if there are 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield. Destroy all non-land permanents. Cool. And I got the island full art. Kind of hard to show all at once, but very cool. Very cool. Alright, Tragic Lesson. Sandblast, Kindle Fury, Beneath the Sands. Wall. Gift of Strength, Crash Through. Alright, Imaginary Threats we've seen. Bloodwater Entity. Flying Prowess. When Bloodwater Entity enters the battlefield, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. That's cool. Claimed Fame we've seen. And then Hollow One is our rare. It costs 2 less to cast for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn. Oh, so if you're cycling a lot, you can play him for free or next to free. Alright. Act of Heroism. Puncturing Blows, Believer Eternal, Field Siswella, Lethal Sting. I'm trying to get through these as fast as possible as to not make this as... Oops, did I pass? Okay, no. Steward of Solidarity. Saving Grace, I believe we've seen. Yes. Oh, Ominous Sphinx. Whenever you cycle or discard a card. Okay, yeah, we did see that. And Refuse to Cooperate. Refuse deals damage to the spell's controller, equal to the spell's converted mana cost. Huh. And then Cooperate. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Right, Solidarity Camel. Special Mummy. Open Fire. That seems new. Alright. Grizzly Survivor. Rampaging Hippo. Moaning Wall. Life Goes On. Does it? Does it really? Seraph will last tomorrow. Okay. Farm to Market. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. And draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Torment of Scarabs. Beginning of the enchanted player's upkeep. The player loses 3 life unless he sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards. That's pretty cool. Burning Fist Minotaur. First strike. 2/1 for 2. Pay 2, discard a card. He gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. And then Mirage Mirror. Becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until the end of turn. That is really good. That is awesome. I like that. Got somewhat of a rapper graveyard building up. Puncturing Blow. Combatant, Avenue of Enduring Hope, Wretched Camel, a Stalwart, Gift of Strength, Crash Through, Strategic Planning, Sifter Worm, Perivulet, Sunscourge Champion. When Sunscourge Champion enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its power. And Torment of Hailfire. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. That is particularly strong. Let's see the last. Kindle Fury. Alright, Sunset Pyramid. Enters the battlefield with 3 brick counters on it. Remove a brick counter, draw a card. Okay. If Near Deadlands, we've seen. Liliana's Defeat, we've seen. An Hour of Eternity. So there seems to be an hour card for every color, and I think this is 4 out of 5 for us. Exile X target cards from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Red Archer, Sidewinder Naga, Marauding Bone Slasher, Manalith. Thorn Moloch without weakness. Gains indestructible. And it has cycling. Yeah, a lot of cycling cards. I need to look more into that. So, Crook of Condemnation. Exile target card from a graveyard. Exile Crook of Condemnation. Exile all cards from all graveyards. That seems pretty good. Merciless Eternal. Discard a card. Merciless Eternal gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Alright. Vizier of the Anointed. When Vizier of the Anointed enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with Eternalize or Embalm. Put that card onto your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Whenever you activate an Eternalize or Embalm ability, draw a card. Cool. And Resilient Kenra. When Resilient Kenra enters the battlefield, you may have target creature get +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is Resilient Kenra's power. So this one has an Eternalize ability on it. And we got a foil uncommon, Sinuous Striker. Cool. An Invocation would be nice. How do I invoke the presence of an Invocation? Would be cool. Even Firebrand, Lurching Frill, Tormented, some Grilled Ceradon. Okay, Fervent Paincaster. 1 damage to target player. Okay. Cool. Angel of the God Pharaoh. Sunscourge Champion. And then Driven to Despair. Till the end of turn, creatures you control gain trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I like that. To the end of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and whenever the creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. Even better. Ooh, and a foil again. Unquenchable Thirst. Which is a battlefield if you control a desert, or if there's a desert card in your graveyard, tap enchanted creature. And it doesn't untap. Jeez, I'm dropping cards all over the place now. Okay, Steward of Solidarity, Desert Hold, Dune to the Dead, and Earthshaker Kenra. When he enters the battlefield, target creature with power less than or equal to Earthshaker Kenra's power can't block this turn. Ooh, and a foil rare, and one that I don't have. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Gains haste until the end of turn. Alright, Aerial Guide, okay. Carrion Screecher. Ruin Rat, I haven't seen Steadfast Sentinel with Eternalize. Alright, Resolute Survivors we've seen. Unraveling Mummy. Target attacking zombie gains lifelink, and target attacking zombie gains death touch. Cool. Dune Diviner. Tap untap desert you control, gain 1 life. And Adorned Pouncer. double strike 1/1 cat with Eternal Eyes. Alright, down to 10 packs left. Counter Scrapper, Tragic Lesson, Active Heroism, Oasis Ritualist. Alright. Let's get something good here. Gideon's Defeat, Sinuous Striker, Dagger of the Worthy, that's something new. +2/+0 and Afflict. And Fraying Sanity. Enchant player at the beginning of each end step. Enchanted player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of cards put into that graveyard from anywhere this turn. Whoa. Expose Mummy, Enduring Hopes, Nile, Lethal Sting, Ambuscade, Thorn Moloch, Weakness, Cunning Survivor, Traveler's Amulet. Appeal to Authority. At the end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. Authority is tap up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. Creatures you control gain vigilance until the end of turn. This is Defeat, Overcome, and Dream Stealer. It's a 3-drop 1/2 with Menace. Whenever Dream Stealer deals combat damage to a player, that player discards that many cards, with an Eternal Eyes to come back as a 4/4 zombie. Proven Combatant, Mummy Paramount. Sorry for spreading the cards there. It ruins it for me, as I'm sure it ruins it for you guys, because if I do get an Invocation, I'm sure I would see it going like that. If I do get one, I want it to be ball-bustingly surprising. Okay, Quarry Beetle. When Quarry Beetle enters the battlefield, you may return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sand Strangler we've seen, Vizier of the True we've seen, and Emmet Eternal. Afflict 3-drop 5/5, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a -1/-1 counter on Emmet Eternal. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, remove all -1/-1 counters from it. Very cool. Countervailing Winds, Solitary Cramble, Fire, Grizzly Survivor. Really like the art on this set. It's very dark. Alright, Doomfall. Manticore Eternal. A Braid. Oops. And, okay, cool. Unesh, Cryosphinx, Sovereign. Flying. Sphinx spells cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Unesh, Cryosphinx Sovereign, or another Sphinx enters the battlefield under your control, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Definitely could be. Okay, a foil full art. Ooh, so 2 full arts. Fantastic. Alright, now if I get one more Mythic from the last 7 or so packs, I will be thoroughly satisfied. Tragic Lesson. Firebrand Archer. Okay, Fervent Paincaster. Unraveling Mummy. Dune Diviner. And Wildfire Eternal. Afflict. Whenever he attacks and isn't blocked, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. I think the thing that makes that card extra interesting is the activated ability is reason for them to want to kill it by blocking. Alright, Supreme Will. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest onto the bottom of your library. Riddle Form, which we've seen. Obelisk Spider, which we've seen. And Diru with Eyes Open. Vigilance. When Diru with Eyes Open enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a Planeswalker card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. If a source would deal damage to a Planeswalker you control, prevent 1 of that damage. Oh, whoa! Holy shit! Oh my god. Alright, what is this one? Imposition. Jesus Christ. Tap an untapped creature you control. Tap target artifact, creature, or land. Well, god damn. Alright. That is really nice. Fantastic. That's exciting. Whew. Alright, well, I guess that makes up for if I don't get another Mythic. I can't exactly be upset. Alright, Supreme Will. Appeal to Authority. Struggle to Survive, and Endless Sands. Exile target creature you control, sacrifice Endless Sands, return each creature card exiled with Endless Sands to the battlefield. That's pretty cool. The ability to exile and return cards to the battlefield, especially with a lot of the enter the battlefield abilities that were present in Aether Revolt and Kaladesh. Look at cards like Felidar Guardian that were banned because they could instantly exile and return cards. That was more specifically because the Saheeli Rai combo was flat out busted, and they'd rather have not banned Saheeli Rai, the face of Kaladesh. But still, it doesn't make it any less of a potent ability. Alright. Merciless Eternal, Torment of Scarabs, Burning Fist Minotaur, and I'm gonna have Excavator, which we got one already. Down to the last 2 packs. Alright. Quarry Beetle, Crook of Condemnation, Dagger of the Unworthy, and Angel of Condemnation. Again, I cannot be upset with what I've pulled today. Man, those invocations look a lot cooler than I thought they would. Alright, last pack, come on. Come on, let's end on a high note. Pretty please, pretty please. And Hour of Promise. Okay, search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. Then if you control 3 or more deserts, create 2 2/2 black zombies. That wraps up the pulls. So for Mythics, we got Gunesh, Cryosphinx Sovereign, the Locust God, which I plan on building something around. He seems pretty interesting. And then Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. And, of course, we pulled Opposition. Tap untapped creature you control. Tap target artifact, creature, or land. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the Hour of Devastation unboxing. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. I had a lot of fun editing the video, and I really look forward to doing more of these. In fact, I've already jumped the gun and I've purchased another booster box that I plan on doing sometime in the upcoming week. I will most likely do it in 3 separate videos. I'll do about 1/3 of the box each video, and that should keep it down to about 10 minutes. It's a bit easier to watch through than the full 40 minutes of this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I plan on doing a lot more on this channel than just unboxings. I will be trying to do deck building primers. I would like to do educational videos learning how to play Magic. I have a lot of friends who are interested in drafts, so perhaps I can get some raw footage of a draft in real time, which I can post in kind of episodic tournament style. Overall, I'd like this channel to be a catch-all for all of my ideas and passion for Magic. So yeah, let me know what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see more of. Feel free to comment, message me, do anything to let me know how much you guys like this. And I can't emphasize enough, thanks for sticking to the video and watching this. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.